All right, you have convinced me that it is an error to say that Santa Claus does not exist. Santa Claus exists, but does Santa have any potentialities of perception, intellect, or agency apart from his mystical body? That is, apart from the extended body composed of human beings acting on his personality? If no, does the angel of a city have such potentialities apart from its mystical body? If no, to that, does Christ have any such potentialities apart from his mystical body? All right. So I think we need to not stick on the Santa image too much. I agree. I think that Santa does. I think I could say that Santa Claus does have potentialities of perception. But I would let's use something which is maybe more easy to understand. Besides Santa, the idea of the city, for example, or the angel of a city, and the question of whether or not a city has capacities to perceive. Now you have to think of it in terms of when you think of a person, and you have to understand that a person is also composed of multiplicities. That's something that people always seem to be forgetting very quickly, that a person is composed of multiple aspects, and it's in that multiplicity that perception happens. And then that perception is communicated through systems of communication up to, let's say, our head, or up to the center of our consciousness. And that's where we then interpret that perception. So, for example, a city has let's say, policemen, has employees of the city who work and fix things, have all kinds of employees and agents, but not also agents, but also citizens. So the citizens will perceive things in the city. They'll see that, there's a swing in the park on this road that's broken. And then they will communicate that to a city employee, who will communicate that to the head of the department, which is in charge of that. And then that head of the department will check with their boss if they have the budget to make that change. And then the communication will then go back down after the perception happens. There'll be a decision at some level in the hierarchy of the city's consciousness, you would say. There'll be a decision made, and then that decision will then flow down, and they will or will not fix the swing. And if they fix the swing, then that will reach all the way down to the citizens, and then the citizens will be happy that they fix the swing. If they don't fix the swing, then maybe the citizens will be unhappy. So now, you can link that to, for example, a human body. You stub your toe and it hurts, and your toe is telling you that you got to do something about this because this hurts. Now, you can decide that you are not going to do anything about it. You can totally decide that, and you can just leave it alone. And then maybe the next day you wake up and your toenail's broken and it's infected, and you're swollen and it's painful, and you can keep ignoring that for a while. You totally can do that, but as you do that, the part of you that was communicating to you that problem is going to not be happy, and is going to tell you that it's not happy. Just in the same way that if you never fix the swing in that neighborhood, then the people of that neighborhood are going to complain, are going to be annoyed, and might actually, do things against you. Might actually let's say, organize to take you down, or organize things that will challenge the authority of the center of consciousness of that city. Now, a person is the same. If you let it go for a little while, there'll be at some point, you will not be able to do anything else. Your toe is going to be broken and huge and swollen, and your entire leg is going to get gangrene or whatever. Like, if you just let it go, at some point, your entire being is threatened by the fact that you ignored the sense that came out of your big toe. And so I think that seeing it with the city is probably easier than seeing it with Santa, though I think you could probably do similar analysis with Santa, because if you look at how Santa Claus has changed based on how the story of Santa Claus has been received and how Santa Claus has connected with different aspects of culture, becoming now, let's say, more and more limited to commercialism and to buying things. And so there's a manner in which the core of Santa Claus is receiving information from the outside and is actually changing based on the information that it receives from the outside. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. And so it can help you understand. I think I really want people to be careful about when I talk about these ideas, these ontological categories and these ontological hierarchies. A lot of people have thought that I'm saying that God is like Santa. And seriously, first of all, anybody who's listened to more than a few videos of mine will know that that is not what I'm saying. God, the notion of God, I keep telling God is beyond all word, all name, all concept. And so it's only by very shaky analogy that we can understand at least that there are modes of consciousness and modes of being which are beyond just the individual. And so in that manner, we then, by analogy, can start to move up and understand how that moves up into, the infinite itself. But I'm not saying that Santa is like God. So I hope that is helpful.